Two-time Hall of Fame inductees, Brent Godarzi and Marty Young. Back-to-back #1 trucking firm in the nation. Back-to-back best attorney and best law firm in East Texas.
Hello, Buckeye fans, and welcome to the Gilmer Coaches Show. I'm Jeff Rash, joined today with the head coach and athletic director of the Gilmer Buckeyes, Mr. Alan Metzel. And we are just coming off of the Carthage game. As everybody knows, Gilmer Buckeyes lost to the Carthage Bulldogs 28-7, but what a great football game it was. You know, on the way to the game the other night, that's all they were talking about on the radio. I was listening to Pigskin and everybody, and they were all talking about, the game of the state, the game of the, for sure, East Texas. But I would dare say might not have been a better matchup Friday night than #1 versus #2, the great rival that is now in Texas, the Gilmer Buckeyes versus Carthage Bulldogs.
We were excited. It was a beautiful night. I mean, it was a perfect night for football.
Felt like football.
Yeah, you had the stands packed out. You get Michael Irvin there, Eugene Lockhart's there, you know, Cowboy greats, and it was a great venue and evening for football.
Yeah, it was. It was perfect. It's the reason we do this, right? Because if you love the sport and you know, love the kids, it really doesn't get any better than that.
It was a great feeling.
Electric feel in the air. Sometimes, you know, games have more energy than others, and that one had a lot of energy.
No doubt.
Because both teams very capable of winning that football game, and both teams knew it. And so there was a lot of nervousness on the side of Carthage because they thought, I think they know we're a little more potent than the last time they met, and maybe they're a little less potent. But they did come out on top of the game, so we're going to kind of go through some of that today and talk about that. And they're just a good football program.
They're really good, and we've said it over and over. You know, Scott and his brother-in-law Darren Preston's the defense coordinator. They do it right. They're very good at what they do. They have very skilled young men who do it well, and as a result, you know you've got your hands full, and so the margin of error that you would normally have in a game shrinks to almost nothing.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, you've got to be just about perfect. And, you know, the other night we weren't just about perfect. We were better. We, at the end of the game, I feel like we made huge strides in multiple areas.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So for us in the big picture, we improved and on a big stage. And so those are the things we'll try to continue to work on and build from.
Yeah.
And I think we will. I think the guys get it. I think they saw, hey, we made up a lot of territory.
Yeah.
And so, and here we are in the fourth quarter with a chance to cut it to 21-14, and it's a viable game, you know. And so they know it's there. We just have to be able to make some critical plays.
Well, you know, the from my perspective, and you're going to give us a coach's perspective today. From my perspective, and what we were talking about on air during the broadcast was. This is a defensive game on both sides of the ball.
Absolutely. Because
they had 8 returners, I think, from the state championship game last night, including that big linebacker, number 5. And we knew they were going to be good defensively.
Absolutely.
We already knew that. They're one of the best defenses. That's why they're ranked #1, right? And their defense is awesome.
No doubt.
I was really impressed with their offense. Weren't sure what to expect from the new quarterback and all that. He did a good job, I felt like, number 10. But on defensive side of the ball, they're hard to, and you're going to show us in a minute why it's hard to, when you got athletes of that caliber, why it's hard to go anywhere. It's hard to place the ball. It's hard to play call in a game where you got weapons all over the defensive side of the ball.
That's right.
But more impressively was the Buckeye defense.
Yes.
Because we only had the ball like 5 minutes the first half.
16 plays to be exact.
16 plays, 5 minutes. Okay, so it's hard to get on the board with 16 plays, right, against a defense like that. So they did a great job. They did the same thing they did last year here in this field. They kept the ball away from us. They drove, ate up clock. They did it again successfully. But how impressed were you at our defense for being on the field for 15 minutes or whatever we ended up being?
And never saw them wear out, ever.
And held them to 14 points.
That's right.
Held Carthage to 14 points. Our defense played most of that game and held those guys till they broke the to 21.
Yes.
Earned the defense gave up 21 points.
Right.
You know, we gave up the other one on the interception.
Correct.
But how impressed were you with that?
Amazing. You know, 3 different times they stopped them on 4th down. You know, they would get down to the red zone area, and then we would get a stop. And they just kept the defense, kept giving us chances. That's all you can ask.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they kept rising to it. And what's even more impressive was their psyche. You know, they were coming off, they're cheering on the offense. They knew, and we talked all week long, guys, understand, we're going to have to punt some this week. You know, we don't do that a lot in a lot of games.
Yeah.
We're going to have to do that. You can't see it as failure. You have to see it as a field position thing, and we're trying to flip the field and, you know, those kind of things. And they did. They bought into that. I mean, they were all into our offense. They were encouraging them coming off the field or back on or whatever the case may be. It had the right feel. To me, that's one of the huge things to take from the game.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I was blown away. We talked about it all through the broadcast. I was just, you know, you would love to see things go your way offensively and move the ball, and especially because we're used to seeing that, because we have a powerful offense. We got a great offense. That's why we're number 2 in the state.
Right.
But you got to remember what you're playing against.
Correct.
You know, on the other side of the
very
ball.
talented.
A very talented
That's
team.
right.
You know, one of the best in the state.
That's right.
Of any classification, by the way. And so, I think offense fought and fought and fought and fought. But man, the fact that our defense was able to take a stand like that, I was just blown
Very
away.
impressive.
I thought they just showed a lot of try and a lot of tenacity. Very physical.
No doubt.
They were very physical in that game.
That's right.
You know, so good for them. And if it wasn't, we always do this at the end of a game. What if this would have happened? If that would have happened? But you think about, I can think of 3 plays in particular that could have completely flipped that game.
Absolutely.
3 plays
Yes.
that you think about completely. I think off the top of my head, I think about things that normally would go your way that just went against us, right? We drop them for a loss of 4 or 5 yards, but we unintentionally grab a face mask.
Right.
It happens. So instead of it being, you know,
it would have been 3rd down and about 13.
yeah,
And instead it was a
first down and great
down,
field
15
position.
yards
yeah,
up the
at
field.
the midfield. And so that was unfortunate. Right at the beginning of the game. If Watson picks off that ball, which he will 99 times out of 100, if he catches that ball, stops that momentum and that drive, that's a scoring drive.
Right.
There's just little things like that throughout the game.
Well, offensively, there were 4 straight possessions where we went 3 downs and out. And within those 3 downs, we'd had 4 drops.
Yeah.
You know, just where it was in our hands and we didn't make the play.
Yeah.
Now, that's on us. We didn't make the play. But just to continue the drive to get their defense into the 5th, 6th, 7th play, the drive that we scored on when we scored our touchdown, we scored on our 16th play of the drive.
Yeah.
That was a 16-play drive.
Yeah.
Well, you start stacking up plays on their defense, they get tired, they make mistakes, et cetera. Well, we didn't accomplish that. And that's an area where that's fixable.
Yeah.
That wasn't them. That was us not making the play.
Yeah, just catching the football. And they don't give you anything deep, so
No.
you do have to drive down the field.
Correct.
You know, they play extremely well deep. You know, you think about the couple of long shots that we went for it. I mean, stride for stride,
there.
both sides of the ball.
Right.
Well coached, good athletes. I mean,
right.
it was if you like football, I would have rather beat Carthage,
Yes.
obviously. But if you like football,
You
just
enjoy
the
the
game,
game.
you saw a great
was a
game.
great
You got
game.
your money's worth.
No doubt.
Why don't we look at a few plays together and we'll talk about it.
Okay.
So what do you got? First one is Matt Burton's tackle for a loss.
Okay, you're going to see Carthage. They've got a lot of weapons offensively. Here they're fixing to run a play where it's a read zone play, or actually this is a power scheme, and they're going to block down and try and read Matthew. They're counting on him coming inside, and they're going to hand the ball coming outside. I've drawn some arrows for you. But you'll see Matt's so quick, he went down inside and then came back out and made the play. So he actually did both assignments, which shut the play down.
Yeah, Matt, just an incredible athlete
Really
out there.
is. Really
just
is.
playing great. This next one is on the offensive side of the ball. This is Braden Clinton, who's on the O-line. He's a right tackle.
Right guard.
Right guard,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
He plays tackle some.
And here he's going to pick up 2 blocks.
He's going to get 2 guys. You're going to see him right beside the center. I've got him highlighted here. These are things, sometimes people don't get to see this up in the stands, but watch him double team the nose guard with the center and take him down. So on the snap, here he goes, just hammers that guy. And then he's going to move up to number 5, Kip Lewis, who's going to Oklahoma, and get on him. here he is, and then takes him down. That's a heck of a play.
Yeah.
You know, when you get 2 major blocks,
There's only 9 guys left on the field.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes it's just important to point out things like that down there in the trenches, there's a lot going on.
A lot of people don't realize it because everybody's watching where the ball goes.
Right.
Every snap, I mean, every few snaps, a receiver or a back or whoever is going to be involved with the play and a real collision or whatever when they get the ball or whatever. But every single snap, it is a fist fight down in that
That's
trench.
right.
I mean, it is
a
arms,
war.
legs, punching, kicking, gouging.
right.
It's ugly down there.
It's mano a mano right there.
Every single snap.
Every play.
So it's easy to get tired down there. This next one is, you know, why do we have so many runs? We normally have a very balanced offense. So why so many runs against Carthage?
Okay, so the other night, you know, I'm not immune to hearing people going, "What are you doing running the ball?" You know, well, there's a reason, and so I've got it captured here. As you look at their defense against us, and this is with, you know, we've got a fullback in the backfield with our running back, so we have 7 guys in the backfield, and you can count here. They have 7 guys in pass coverage right now. They have 4 in the box of what we would call in the box. Well, when they have 7 covering our 4, you should run. And so that happened a great deal the other night. Now, what's difficult is their 4 was able to hold up in the box. That's where most teams can't do that. If other teams try to do that, we'd run for 400 yards.
Yeah.
Their guys in there were so good, they were able to battle, and then they had guys like Kip Lewis who were racing to the box on the snap. So anyway, I just wanted to explain there's a reason as to why we do some of the things we do, whether or not it worked or didn't work.
Yeah.
There is a reason to it. And you can see Brandon gets a good run here. We ran the zone read and got him out on the edge. But then their guys rallied to the play.
Well,
and
they
they're
do.
going to make the tackle.
And
They're
we
very
always talk
athletic.
about that here, you know, rally into the ball.
Right.
You know, swarm into the ball. You train that. You know, y'all practice that a lot. And that team does that about as well
They're
as
really
anybody.
good.
I mean, they get to the ball
They
fast.
get there quickly.
They get there. Yeah, and that's just good coaching.
And good athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
good combination to have if you're Carthage.
Right.
This next one is another Brandon Tennyson run.
There you go. So again, we're going to make a read inside. The guy I've got circled, we're reading him. If he goes inside, then Brandon pulls the ball. In this case, he sits to play Brandon, so Brandon hands the back the ball. And then you see Ashton with a good run. Lineman took care of business, and we have a big play there. So great job by Brandon making the read, and by Ashton and the lineman taking care of their responsibilities.
Okay, so this is the defense coming after their quarterback.
Here's Derek Borda on the edge. They're running essentially the same thing. They're running a read zone play here. They're going to read him. So the quarterback sticks the ball in and pulls it. Derek is able to get after the running back and then the quarterback. Here comes Ryan Brown. He races to the ball, gets their quarterback down for no gain.
Good job there on the defense. And now this is Parker Gilo. He had a couple of back-to-back catches.
He did. So we max protected. We drove them deep and then sat down and broke out underneath their coverage. Parker did a great job. He's a really good route runner. You see him down here at the very bottom. And the key to it is you got to make that corner think you're going deep to get his hips turned. That's what he did. And then break it off and come back and make the play. So then this is a couple of plays later. If I'm not mistaken, this was a 3rd and long or a 4th and long, one of the two. And we come back to Parker. He's going to sell a post route and then break it back outside. Beautiful throw by Brandon all the way to the sideline. You're talking about inches away from their corner. Their corner does a great job of playing it. And there again, that's your margin of error is so small. And so by the time the ball gets there, you know, he just misses it by, I'd say, 2 inches. And we pick up about 18 yards on that play.
This next play is going to be the touchdown.
Yes.
From Brandon to Rowan. Both of them just very athletic. This throw,
Amazing.
that the
Running
fact that
left
he kept his composure.
with a guy in his face.
Yeah, amazing throw.
You'll see him here. We're gonna work our way outside because of the pressure. And so right here, most people couldn't even get their body contorted enough to throw the ball.
No.
He gets turned, throws it to an opening where Rowan is running to, because Rowan had to break off his route and come back. If you watch him, I've got him circled there, he's running to the corner of the end zone. But he's going to see Brandon get in trouble and then come back to the middle right here and Brandon throws it to the opening, and he dives and makes the catch. Amazing play on both their parts.
Yeah, it really was. And he's throwing into coverage.
Yes.
Heavy coverage.
Yes, absolutely.
So just a great heads-up play there. So these next three are all going to be Matt Burton, right?
Yes, and it's 21-7, and Carthage is trying to make their run, getting down and score again. So Matt, you're going to see him. I've got him circled here right over the center. And watch his explosiveness getting off the ball and into the backfield, runs into the quarterback, who then fumbles it, has to pick it up, and it's a busted play now. So really good play. So now they've got a second down, and here he is again over the center. You're going to see him get up inside, messes up the play, and still gets into him. This is the nose guard doing this.
Yeah.
Outside, tackling him at the sideline. And then finally, this is the last play of this drive where here he is again over the center. He's going to rip through and cause a fumble. He's going to grab the quarterback right there.
Yeah, look at that effort.
Amazing. And so here comes the black flag defense. Jose Hernandez picks it up, and we get the ball. And so now we have a chance. We had a chance to go to 21-14. Obviously, we weren't able to go and score on it and make it that. But that's all you can ask from your defense, is that they keep giving you those opportunities.
I think it's one of the best games I've seen our defense play.
I agree.
Especially considering who you're playing.
The opponent, yes.
Yeah, when you consider your opponents. They played up, and they played every down.
Correct.
Never
all
gave
the way
up,
to the finish.
all the way to the end, and that's all you can ask for as a
it.
coach.
That's exactly right.
Sometimes you get two evenly coached teams, and I would say that those two are.
I hope we
I'd say so. Coaches were a lot of times where the coaches are the factor. In this game, they weren't the factor. It was athletes on the field. It was execution, and things just happened to go their way, and they played well. And so it was a clean game.
It was.
Yeah, I thought the officiating was fine. I didn't see any problems on the field there. So congratulations to Carthage. I can't wait to see them again.
We closed a gap from last year to this year.
For sure.
And we want to close it more by the time, and hopefully we're going to work to playing them again another 10 weeks.
And I think they'll be nervous knowing that they know the same things we were talking about.
Sure.
They know that could have went either way.
Sure.
And it fell in their way. So we're going to have a bye next week. And so no football next week. Don't know what we're going to do. And then the following week, we're going to start district. So we're going to take on Spring Hill, and that game is here?
There.
It's there.
Spring Hill.
It's there.
For us, it's phase 2 of a season. We have phase 1, the preseason games up to district. We have district, and then we have playoffs. And so in our 3 phases. So it's a mindset of, okay, it's 0-0, and we've got a new challenge ahead of us, and we've learned what we've learned up till now. Now it's time to make another push.
Yeah. Well, we're excited to get ready to start district and hopefully pick up another district championship to add that trophy to the case.
That's the goal.
We hope, right? Fingers crossed. And I know the boys are working hard. I know you're proud of them and the coaches' staff. Everybody putting a lot of effort into this season. So I'm hoping for a great playoff run. And if we're lucky enough to see Carthage again, I think it's going to be a great game. So hopefully we wish you all the luck, Coach.
Thank you.
So, folks, there's the news. We're off next week, so you'll have to go find some other game to watch. And then 2 weeks from there, we're going to start district. So we're going to see Spring Hill and Spring Hill. So come out and watch the Buckeyes. If not, you can sit in your living room, have a nice glass of tea, watch the Buckeyes on your television, as many of you send us texts demonstrating. That seems to be the new trend. I get a lot of texts during the broadcast of people, the team up on their TV.
The home party.
Yeah, people are kind of digging that.
Good.
So, so that's a lot of fun. So thanks for watching the Coaches Show, and we will see you after the Spring Hill game.